And there is Anthony Joshua back in action with his newfound trainer out of the blue, spontaneous like Ben Davison. And the combinations that he was working on, it's almost like a fusion between Canelo Alvarez and like Mike Tyson. Okay, because Mike Tyson loved to go to the body. So does Canelo Alvarez, and I know he's fans of both fighters on their style and the way he fights. And I like it. I absolutely like it. I like the inside game. I think him going to Derek James was the overall reason he wanted to work more on the inside. Have more of an inside game instead of a 1-2 jab and grab. No, a 1-2 slip on the inside, throw a left uppercut, or a right hook to the body or a left hook to the body. Have more of a inside game than anything else. And we seen that when he fought Otto Weiland. Okay, Otto Weiland, got pieced up, and then really that combination, the right and the left hook, that made Otto Weiland, I think that combination actually broke something. That's what ultimately made Joey Gamache, the trainer of Otto Weiland, stop the fight, and that's showing the importance of that. Now, speaking of Derek James, I don't know where he is, but I think he gets a little bit of this here, a little bit of that there, and he puts it all together. And right now he's with Ben Davison. Ben Davison, the only conflict of interest he would have if he ends up fighting Tyson Fury. You know what I mean? So inadvertently, Ben Davison kind of wants Usyk to beat Tyson Fury. You know what I'm saying? Because then he wouldn't be worried about that particular problem. And then AJ, with his tutelage, possibly can get all those belts back, and they'll all go to the UK anyway. So guess what? The UK wins by default. Also, I want to add this in there. Don't he kind of look like Lennox Lewis in a way? You know how Lennox Lewis used to throw combinations and then he used to lean in with his right hand, just like the same way he started leaning in, practicing with Ben Davis and ultimately knocking out Francis Ngannou for the first time ever in his careers. Okay, UFC and boxing, I might add. Okay, so, you just have to keep and put that in there. And I think if anything at all, Ben Davison and Anthony Joshua are a beautiful combination, and it's not really all about what you can train a fighter. It's how you can unlock mentally something that a fighter already knows how to do. That's something Malik Scott, claimed to have with Wilder. Okay, and I want to see that actually take place instead of just the jab, right hand. But enough of him. Back to AJ. AJ throwing those right uppercuts, the right hook, the left uppercut, the overhand leaning in right. It's dynamic. And you got to ask yourself, does this guy ever quit? He just knocked out Francis Ngannou, about 3 weeks ago? And he's already back in the gym, in the middle of the ring, getting it on, sharpening his tools, and seeing who is next for him. If it's Philip Hergovic or, whoever. But it looks good to me. Combinations are the reason why a lot of fighters are themselves, okay? That the combos make the fighters, especially when you know how to use them. And I'm looking forward to seeing more of AJ. We got Otto Weiland, we have Francis Ngannou, and if it's Philip Hergovic next, I would love to see that too. So let's see what can happen between Ben Davison and Anthony Joshua. And remember, this is just the beginning, okay? I want to see what he looks like in 3 or 4 weeks. Okay. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of Anthony Joshua and Ben Davison coming together once again in the ring, training, work. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.